Imagine buying your dream fixer-upper, only to watch it burn in broad daylight while the neighborhood busybody smirks from the sidelines. That's exactly what happened to Mark Reynolds, a quiet guy who'd already been smeared as the local troublemaker for daring to paint his fence blue. But oh, how the tables turned when he uncovered the HOA Queen's dirty secrets, turning her reign of petty terror into a courtroom bonfire. Mark had scraped together every penny for that rundown ranch house in Sunnybrook Estates, a cookie-cutter suburb where the lawns were greener than envy and the rules thicker than fog. Divorced, pushing 50, and fresh off a string of dead-end jobs, he saw it as his shot at redemption, a place to fix up and maybe win back his estranged son, Jake. The first day, he unloaded tools under the pine-scented breeze, ignoring the stares from drive-by SUVs. "Nice color on that fence," a neighbor quipped later at the mailbox. But Mark just nodded, keeping his cool. Inside, he was clocking everything. The whispers about his shady past, a bogus rumor about unpaid dues from his old apartment, the way folks crossed the street. He stayed silent, observing like a hawk, knowing silence was his sharpest tool. Then came Beatrice B. Hargrove, the HOA president, a rotund figure in floral blouses that screamed authority, always clutching her rulebook like a Bible. She waddled up his driveway one afternoon, heels clicking like Judgment Day. "Mr. Reynolds, this renovation of yours violates Section 4.2, no unapproved hues on exterior structures." "Blue? Really? It clashes with our community's serene palette." Mark wiped sawdust from his hands, forcing a polite smile. "It's just fence paint, ma'am. Matches the sky." BEA's lips pursed into a thin line of faux concern. "Oh, honey, it's about standards. We protect values here, property and moral. Ignorance isn't bliss, it's a fine." She slapped a $200 ticket on his toolbox and sashayed off, her perfume lingering like bad karma. Mark pocketed it without a word. But that night, he started digging online, noting how her standards only targeted newcomers while her cronies parked RVs freely. The harassment escalated like a bad sitcom plot. Envelopes stuffed with escalating fines arrived daily. $500 for excessive toolbox noise, $1,000 for unauthorized wildflowers that were just weeds. We weaponized the neighborhood Facebook group, posting Mark's photo with captions like, "Beware, this outsider threatens our harmony." Comments piled on. "Keep kids away, he looks sketchy." Mark chuckled bitterly over burnt coffee, watching the likes roll in from folks who'd never met him. Then the sabotage hit. Tires slashed with HOA-compliant precision nails, lumber doused in vinegar to warp it. One morning, a fake hazard zone sign appeared, scaring off his handyman buddy. "Can't risk it, man," the guy muttered. BEA's got eyes everywhere. Mark stayed mum, but he hit the county records office. Uncovering BEA's HOA was barely a year old, and she'd gerrymandered boundaries to snag his lot post-purchase. "Entrapment much?" he whispered to himself, folding the maps like ammunition. By noon on a scorching Tuesday, the real fire ignited. Mark smelled gasoline mid-sanding, bolted out to see flames gobbling his porch. "Jake, get out," he yelled, yanking his visiting son clear as glass shattered. Neighbors gawked from afar, phones out for the drama, but no help. And there stood B, arms folded, a smug grin cracking her powdered face like she'd won bingo. "Tragic accident," she cooed to a bystander. "But maybe he'll learn about fire codes now." Sirens wailed. But the house was toast memories. Tools, all ash. Mark coughed through the smoke, locking eyes with her. She didn't flinch. She waved cheerily before driving off in her spotless SUV. Fury forged Mark's patience into steel. With a sharp lawyer pal, he pieced together the puzzle. BEA's fingerprints, literally, from a gas can her nephew borrowed. and HOA ledgers showing embezzled dues, $50,000 funneled to phantom consultants for her spa trips, all while fining folks for breathing wrong. In court, be strutted in like royalty, projecting slides of Mark's menacing hammer. Your Honor, he's a menace, threatening our wholesome vibe. Her voice dripped honeyed hypocrisy. Mark's lawyer fired back with evidence, forged maps, fraud claims, even an insurance payout be pocketed from the community blaze. The room gasped as BEA's face crumpled, from smug to sputtering. Lies. He's framing me to avoid fines. But the judge's gavel sealed it. Injunction. Audit. Federal fraud referral. Be shrieked as cuffs clicked, her empire crumbling like overbaked cookies. Months later, Mark rebuilt stronger. The HOA dissolved into a chill co-op. Neighbors who'd shunned him now brought beers, chuckling over BEA's orange jumpsuit mugshot. Her house, overgrown weeds. A poetic justice. Mark's fund helped others fight HOA bullies, turning ashes to action. But here's the kicker. Was B the real villain? Or just a product of a system that lets petty tyrants rule suburbia? You tell me, monster or mirror.